So, NASCAR Heat 4 actually turned out to be a pretty solid NASCAR game overall. Sun 04 Games really worked on the gameplay mechanics this past year, working on things like AI, sound, visuals, physics, and other areas of the game that really got improved this year. In my opinion, NASCAR Heat 4 is the best NASCAR game since probably about NASCAR 07. Unfortunately though, NASCAR Heat 4 falls flat in a lot of areas still. Areas being like the career mode, presentation, customization, and other little things that you would think they would have in the game by now, but they don't, like caution replays and DNFs and just other things that you expect to be in the game, but it's just not. Today is going to be part 1 of 4 when it comes to what I want to see in NASCAR Heat 5. I didn't want to put together a whole hour-long video talking about every single thing I want to see in NASCAR Heat 5. I think this is a better way of doing it, breaking up into parts so you guys won't be sitting here for an hour listening to me ramble about a NASCAR game, or a future NASCAR game I should say. So today I'm going to be focusing on career mode and presentation, because in my opinion I think career mode and presentation are the two most important areas that Sun 04 needs to work on when it comes to the next game. Don't get me wrong, I know that it's other areas that they gotta work on, it's stuff that they gotta improve, and I'm gonna talk about a lot of that stuff in future videos when it comes to NASCAR Heat 5. But today, I'm just gonna be focusing on the career mode and the presentation. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm gonna start off the career mode first, and then I'll cover presentation later on in the video. So in NASCAR Heat 4, it feels very similar to NASCAR Heat 3 in terms of the career mode. In NASCAR Heat 4, they added a few minor things into the career mode, like being able to make your pit crew faster and a few other things. But other than that though, it's not a lot there still. It's, like I said, it feels very similar to NASCAR Heat 3. And you know, the things that they added into the career mode doesn't make the career mode feel deep. So right here, I got a list of things jotted down that make the career mode actually feel deep. And the first thing I got listed is being able to hire/fire drivers. So how cool will it be to look through a list of free agents, and those free agents being fantasy drivers by the way, and you can look through their bios and you can see their strengths and weaknesses, see where they're from, how old they are, and etc. And I think it would be nice to have the strengths and weaknesses thing. I don't know how everybody else would feel about that, but like, say for example, you look through a fantasy driver's bio and it says excels at super speedways and short tracks, but their weaknesses is road courses and mile and a halves. I think that would be cool. I think that would be nice. I know EA Sports didn't have that. You just looked through this list of drivers and that was pretty much it. They were all the same pretty much. But I think that would be a cool little future though. Another thing I wouldn't mind seeing, and I don't think Sun 04 is going to go that far with it, is being able to watch your driver race when you hire them, and you can kind of tell them what to do during the race, like coach them throughout the race. Kind of like the B-Spec mode from Gran Turismo, and being able to tell them like, whoa, like slow it down, be conservative, or tell them to pick up the pace. I think that'd be kind of cool, maybe in NASCAR Heat 6, but we don't know if they're going to be able to do that. But I think that will be a cool future though. But yes, fantasy drivers as free agents. I know some people would like to have the ability to hire real drivers like Denny Hamlin and Logano and Chase Elliott and put them on your team. But I don't think, you know, Sun 04 is going to do that because of licensing deals. So yes, hire and fire drivers, that's the first thing I got listed, because I really thought there was going to be a NASCAR Heat 4, but it wasn't, unfortunately. So yes, hire and fire drivers. The next thing I got listed here is improve the R&D system, research and development. So in NASCAR Heat 4, the research and development feels very basic. It doesn't feel deep, like NASCAR Thunder 2004 or the F1 games like F1 2018 and 2019. In those games, you can, for example, you can order shop editions, and that's something I would like for Summon 04 to bring back is shop editions. So let us be able to purchase a shop edition for each area of the car. So the chassis, if you end up buying something for the chassis, it should say 10 plus tire wear, 10 plus tire grip. If you buy a shop edition for the engine, 10 plus engine power, 10 plus efficiency. When it comes to body, 10 plus downforce, 10 plus draft. You know, those things, when you purchase those shop editions, it should improve, like it should be improving your car instead of just raising a number up. I would also like for them to have it to where you can like choose through chassis. They got it like that now, but like they just need to make it like NASCAR Thunder 2004. I feel like they did it the best when it came to the research and development. Instead of just clicking numbers up till you get to the 100 for everything, I would like for them to have it like that. Combine NASCAR Thunder 2004 and F1 2018 or 2019 and make the research and development like that. Because like I said, it feels too basic right now, in my opinion. So another thing, let us be able to hire each individual crew member. So right now in NASCAR Heat 4, and this is something they added that wasn't in NASCAR Heat 3, this is something they added, being able to make your pit crew faster and they pit accuracy, and which I appreciate. But like I said, you just click a number up, that's it. Let us be able to hire, give us like 3 options when we selecting crew members. You can look at they stats, like how fast is this guy, how accurate is he, like NASCAR Thunder 2004. Sign him to the team, right rear tire changer, left front tire changer, gas man, jack man, all those type of guys. You know, all the guys for the crew. So that's how I want them to do it, because like I said, I don't like the thing to where you just click the buttons up to where you get to 100 and that's it. That's all you got to do. So yes, those 2 improvements will be huge if they can get them into NASCAR Heat 5. Research and development, improve it, and let us hire individual crew members when it comes to our pit crew. The next thing I got listed here is a trophy room. This is another minor thing that I thought that Sun 04 would have added into their games by now, but for some reason they never did. But yes, a trophy room. It would be nice to, after you get through winning a race, you go back to the main menu, you click on trophy room, and you see that trophy there. I feel like you can click on it, it'll show the date that you want it, and just like NASCAR Thunder 2004, and yeah, I think that's something that they should definitely be able to get in. I think it will add to the sense of accomplishment, and this is something that I shouldn't have to really talk about, like go deep into, and I won't. But yes, a trophy room will be another nice addition to the career mode. Next up, addressing the stats finally. First of all, yes, I know that they added more stats into NASCAR Heat 4. They added poles, laps led, laps completed, and the amount of seasons that you completed in each series. But here's the problem though, and this is the main problem. First of all, yes, there's still not enough stats. You missing average start, average finish, DNFs. We don't know if DNFs is gonna be in the next game. I hope so, but that needs to be a stat. Stage wins, and etc. But the main problem is that you can't break your stats down year by year. I would like to compare my 3rd season to my 1st season. You should be able to look back in your previous seasons for each series. So how they should do it, click on stats. You got the 4 series listed. Say for example, you click on Xfinity. You can look season by season of what you did. If you ran 4 seasons in Xfinity, you should be able to look at each individual season that you did of those 4. And so on. It should be like that for every other series. Yes, you should be able to look at your overall stats, but I would love to be able to break it down year by year, like NASCAR Thunder 2004. NASCAR Thunder 2004 did it the best when it came to stats. Ever since NASCAR Thunder 2004, they haven't really done stats the same. I'm talking about NASCAR games ever since then. EA Sports kept on taking stats away as they went on, and then Technics barely had any stats. Only when you on the loading screen, and Sun 04 barely got any stats. Address the stats issue once and for all. Go crazy with the stats in the next game. Hopefully they do. The main thing being, let us be able to break it down year by year. Also, add manufacturer standings and rookie of the year standings as well. I would love to be able to look at, the manufacturer standings and see which manufacturer is the dominant manufacturer and who's the weakest. I think that'd be another cool stat. So yes, address the stats issue. I don't want to go into the next game and they're still lacking in stats. So hopefully 704 finally addresses that issue. Now, I just mentioned rookie of the year standings. Speaking of rookies, they need to add rookie stripes to the players' cars when they're making their debut season in a series. If you're making your truck debut, you need to have rookie stripes. Same thing for Xfinity, same thing for Cup. Rookie stripes throughout your whole first season. Once you get to your sophomore season, which is your second season, you get your rookie stripes tore off. Another cool addition I like to see is, okay, so Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick are going to be the rookies for the 2020 season as of recording this video, unless some news break out about Cole Custom moving up or whoever else. But so far it's Tyler Reddick and Christopher Bell when it comes to the rookies for 2020. Now in the game, yes, they're going to be always rookies when you go to race now and any other mode. But in career mode, there should be rookies along with you when you end up making your rookie season debut in the Cup Series. When your sophomore season comes, they'll be in their sophomore season as well. You, along with Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick, should get their rookie stripes tore off, and you and them are no longer rookies. I think that'll be a cool little addition. This is another thing that NASCAR Thunder 2004 did, and I hate to bring up NASCAR 04 up again, but this is another thing that game did right. I think that would be a cool addition. So rookie stripes, another little addition that will add more to the career mode. Improving the rival system is another thing I got jotted down here. I don't know how these guys are going to do it, but they need to make it to where the driver that's angry with you isn't going after you apologize to them so many times and it doesn't do anything. You can apologize to a driver after a race, your rival, and he doesn't calm down. He or she doesn't calm down. And it's frustrating because you can not make contact with that person for about 6 races and they're still going after you. They're not calming down after the race. If you don't make contact with your rival in one race, they should calm down. The game should let you know that, hey, you didn't make contact with this person. They calm down and they're no longer your rival. Right now, these guys go after you 6 races after y'all made contact with each other. Like, it's dumb. Cause you know that they're gonna be on bullshit when you get around them, and you just constantly trying to avoid them. So make it to where that if we apologize to these guys, actually have them calm down. If we don't make contact with these rivals, have them calm down at the end of the race. Cause right now the rival system is just so screwed up, and this is the main issue. If they can fix this, I wouldn't mind the rival system staying in the game. They also need to bring the AI difficulty scale over to career mode. Right now in career mode, you can only choose between easy, medium, hard, and legend if I'm not mistaken. If you bring the AI difficulty scale over to career mode, it will make career mode feel a lot more balanced. You can find that sweet spot. Currently, legend may feel too difficult for some people, and then for hard difficulty, it may feel too easy for some people. Some people may not want to run at 105. Some people may want to run at 102 or 103 difficulty. It's all about finding the sweet spot, because I know for damn sure that you're not going to run 105 at every single track. So bringing that AI difficulty slider over to the career mode will make the career mode feel more balanced. I saw a lot of people complaining about this for ever since NASCAR Heat 2, and 704 is yet to bring it over. I think it will solve a lot of issues when it comes to the difficulty side of the career mode. Okay, so here's a long shot right here when it comes to the next thing I got listed. The next idea for the career mode, and that's driver retirements. I highly doubt that 704 adds this into NASCAR Heat 5. And people are going to say that, well, yeah, obviously they're not going to add it because of licensing. Well, here's the thing. Instead of having Cole Custer go up into and take over Jimmy Johnson ride, or Brandon Jones heading over to SHR and Cup, like taking over Clint Boyer ride, for example, if licensing is going to get in the way, do this. Put fantasy drivers in retired drivers' rides. I think that's the best approach. Just put some random name in there. Put rookie stripes on that car. So yes, you'll see rookie stripes on, Jimmy Johnson's car, Clint Boyer's car, Kevin Harvick's car. Whoever retires, you'll see rookie stripes on their cars. Just like NASCAR Thunder 2004, by the way. And I think this is the best way to do it, because I know licensing is going to get in the way, and damn it, I want movement. Like every season I want to see new drivers in the field. That's the thing that makes the older games so good, because most of the EA Sports games had driver retirements, and I remember when you start a new season off, you be like, oh damn, like here go a new driver, there go a new driver, like damn, look at all these rookies in the field. And it used to be fun just seeing those drivers in the field, and you're just curious to see like how they're gonna run. Most of the time they ran like shit, but anyway, like it would just be nice to have movement throughout the field instead of just having the same drivers every single season. It gets very repetitive. Obviously, it should just be driver retirements for the Cup Series. I don't know if they're gonna do it for Xfinity and trucks. It will be cool to see, guys like Johnny Sauter or Matt Crafton retire in the Truck Series. If they're going to do it for the lower series, I think it should be, washed up guys or veterans of those series. So maybe Justin Allgaier retires in the Xfinity Series. Like I said, Matt Crafton and Johnny Sauter, maybe Grant Enfinger in the Truck Series. Back markers, like they get replaced because they're not performing. I think that would be great, because we never seen that. NASCAR 05, they had driver retirements, and NASCAR 06 had driver retirements as well, and you only had driver retirements for the Cup Series. You didn't have it for the Xfinity and trucks, so yes, I know this is a long shot. I know that the chances of this being added is low. Now, I did tweet it at Zane, and he's one of the developers over at 704 Games, and I tagged Sean Wilson and Zane in this tweet, and I think Black Flags Matter, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with him. He shared this picture of NASCAR Thunder 2003, and he was showing like the driver retirement page, and I was like, man, Sean Wilson, Zane, y'all need to add this into the NASCAR Heat 5. And he liked the tweet. And so I'm not saying that just because he liked the tweet means that it's going to be in the game, but I like that he was aware of it at least, and people really want that. So I just want movement though. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people want movement as well. Like I said, it gets very repetitive going against the same crop of drivers every season. So, having movement, having rookie stripes being taken on or taken off and putting on to other cars, seeing a whole crop of new drivers, that would be fun. It would really be fun. So hopefully 704 can make it happen, but like I said, I doubt it. I really doubt it. But just throwing the idea out there though, 704. So here's something very minor, and it really irritated me within the past 2 games. And let us choose whatever manufacturer we want without it being tied to a sponsor. And it's frustrating because when it's tied to the sponsor, say for example, you want to drive a Chevy. I'm a Chevy guy, and the payout for Chevy is less than Toyota and Ford when it comes to the sponsorship. It's a sponsor tied to Toyota, it's a sponsorship tied to Ford, and they both pay out more than the Chevy sponsor. Let us, when we start a race team, let us choose whatever manufacturer we want without it being tied to a sponsor, because I just don't understand that. Because obviously you're gonna want the bigger payout at the end of the day, but you don't want to have to abandon your favorite manufacturer though just in order to get that bigger payout. So just let us choose whatever manufacturer we want. That was something that bugged me in Heat 3, and they brought it back in Heat 4, unfortunately. And the last career mode idea when it comes to NASCAR Heat 5 is let us run part-time schedules. So in NASCAR Heat 3 and 4, when you want to run 2 series, you got the full schedule for both series. You can't run part-time. Now the game gives you the option to sim these races that you don't want to run, but I still don't think that's good enough. When you go into a new season, and say for example you want to run 2 series, say for example you want to run Xfinity full-time and you want to run trucks part-time. When you select part-time for the truck series, the game should lay out the schedule for the truck series, and you should be able to select the races that you want to run for that year in the truck series. 7 races max, because that's how it is in real life. I think it's 5 now, 5 or 7, whatever, but at the end of the day it's not 23 races. And you select those you select the truck races that you want to run, and then that's your schedule for the year when it comes for the trucks. And this should go for every series, of course. So you may not want to run every Monster Energy race, you may not want to run every Xfinity race. Maybe you just want to be part-time all across all 4 series, for example. Whatever you want to do, you should be able to run either full-time or part-time. I think this will make things a little more easier. This and the ability to hire drivers, because not everybody wants to run every single race. I don't want to do that, and I heard a lot of other people don't want to do that as well. So letting us actually run a part-time schedule instead of simming races. Don't get rid of the simming feature, but I'm just saying, let us actually select 5 to 7 races, and then we can just go on with the rest of the season. It gives players, it's another option, which 704 has been doing a good job with when it comes to adding options. And this will be another good option, because you get into these situations to where, man, I would love to run dirt part-time and trucks full-time and maybe Xfinity part-time, but but instead, if you want to run 3 series, which is just ludicrous, you're obligated to do all of those races. The full schedule is laid out, and I don't think it should be like that. You should have the option to select full-time or part-time when you about to dive into the season. I think this would be a great option. Now it's time to bring these NASCAR games to life, and it starts with NASCAR Heat 5, hopefully, and that's adding presentation to the game. NASCAR games have been severely lacking when it comes to the presentation since NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup. That's over 10 years ago. Presentation has been severely lacking ever since then. When you look at these other sports titles like Madden, NFL, the NBA 2K games, MLB The Show, NHL, just to name a few, those games does an excellent job of bringing the game to life. They do a great job with the presentation. Currently in these NASCAR games, all you do is go out and race. There's nothing going on off the track. No pre-race, no post-race. A lot of stuff looks generic, like the victory lane celebrations. I'm gonna talk about that later on in the video. And you know, they got these cringy video messages right now. That's the only thing, if you want to call that presentation. I don't think I will. These video messages that these drivers send to you, like Clay Greenfield, because he just spams your shit. But anyway, they need to get rid of these video messages. Have your agent call you. Anyway, I got a list of ideas right here. I'm gonna get into it. So the first thing, pre-race ceremonies. So when you go into the race, the commentators should talk about you. Who should 704 get when it comes to these commentators? Target NBC. NBC has a excellent group. They got a lot of talent. They got Dale Jr., Steve Letarte, Rick Allen, Jeff Burton. I know a lot of these guys are not light, especially Rick Allen, but in my opinion, I think they're way ahead of Fox, like as a whole. I think if you get the NBC team, not just those guys, but Dale Jarrett, Cal Petty, it would be great to get these guys and have them record lines for the game and have them talk about you in the game in your career mode. Remember in NASCAR Thunder 2004 when you click on race and they'll talk about the track and they'll talk about some of the AI drivers and they'll talk about you. Bring that back. If you got 3 straight top 10s, the commentators should bring that up. If you got a rival, they should talk about it. They should talk about the other drivers as well. Same thing when it comes to the post race. Talk about your day. Talk about who you had a run-in with. Talk about where you stand in the standings. Talk about the chase. What's going on in the chase. That would be nice. But also, I would like for them to have the command to start engines, the national anthem, the flyover. Another cool thing I thought of when I was writing this down, the players should be able to have the ability to start their engines when they give the command. How fucking cool would that be? That would be nice. Just like it goes into the cockpit view and you can press a button on your wheel once they get a command, like pressing X, R2, whatever, and you feel your wheel or your controller vibrate, whatever you using, and then you guys start rolling off a pit road. That would be badass. I mean, instead of explaining this shit to y'all, I mean, I could just show y'all. I mean, who wouldn't want something like this?
Well, here we are at the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, the NASCAR Winston Cup Series premier event. This is Joe Moore, and I'm with Barney Hall to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage on MRN. To win a race is something pretty special at any track. But to win here at Daytona, you're that much closer to becoming a legend in the sport.
There's no doubt about it. A lot of these NASCAR and Winston Cup drivers will tell you that it's really no different winning here than anywhere else. But those are the guys who haven't done it yet. Once their name is in the history books here, I guarantee you they'll change their mind.
Jimmy Johnson finished 2002 with 3 wins and a 5th place finish in the championship standings.
He had a great year, but he was not quite able to catch Ryan Newman for Rookie of the Year honors.
2002 was supposedly an off-season for Jeff Gordon with 3 wins and a 4th place points finish.
You know, that just goes to show you what's expected out of this team. With 3 wins and 19 top 10s, there are a lot of teams that would not mind having Gordon's off year.
Now that is something I would love to see back into NASCAR games. Just 704 starting off with something like that would be great, and then eventually down the road they can build on the presentation and add things like media interviews and commercial deals. But 704 can start off with something like that, it would be great. Just looking at that clip, it gave me goosebumps. I still play NASCAR Thunder 2004 to this day, and every time I look at the presentation, it just wowed me. Especially the fact that we haven't seen presentation like that in a NASCAR game since Thunder 04. But before I wrap up this video though, two other things I forgot to mention. Get rid of the video messages like I said, and instead have the drivers send us voice messages. Get as many drivers as you can, have them come over to 704 and just record lines for the career mode, and then next thing you know, you can end up having that instead of the cringy video messages. And then the last thing is improve the victory lane celebrations. Have the car pull into victory lane. Show your driver getting out the car. Show your crew members actually giving a damn that you won the race, like high-fiving each other, spraying champagne and stuff. Show your driver standing next to the trophy and stuff. Make it look way better than it is now. I mean, what I just described, it would be badass. Instead of just having the same generic victory lane celebrations that they had within the past 3 games. But that's all I got though, guys. This has been the career mode and presentation suggestions for NASCAR Heat 5. I will have another video when it comes to NASCAR Heat 5 talking about what they need to do with the damage model and what they need to do with the customization, how to build on those areas of the game. I start off with the career mode presentation because I feel like these 2 areas right here are the most important going into the next game. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you view this video, let me know what other suggestions that I didn't name in this video, and I'll look at it. And one last thing, whether you're a small YouTuber or a big YouTuber, it doesn't matter, YouTuber, make a video like this. Make a wishlist video and send it to 704, because these guys do listen. They listen, and the more feedback we can give these guys, the better. NASCAR Heat 4 is actually a solid game. Now they just need to get the features into the game. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.